Hey, good morning, YouTube. My name is Andy. I live in Boise, Idaho. I'm 37 years old. This is my first attempt at making a YouTube video, so bear with me. I'm not an editor. I'm not a photographer. I got some new equipment that I'm going to try to learn with a trial and error type basis, so should be interesting, and appreciate you guys tuning in for this very first attempt at this. Today, headed out, got the boat hooked up, gonna go try to find some panfish. It's the middle of November. Temperatures are actually not terrible, mid 40s, light wind, sunny. Should be a decent day on the water. We'll see if the fish cooperate or not. Many of the people out in the Midwest, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, these guys are gearing up for their ice season, and that should be here shortly. Out here, ice season doesn't come as quick, so we're gonna go to try to find these panfish in predictable early ice type locations in the boat. Specifically using our electronics, side imaging, down imaging, and trying to kind of pinpoint where these panfish might be holding. Got a good idea of where we're gonna start. I think the fish will be there, should be a good time. The fish we're targeting today are going to be bluegills, crappies, and perch. The crappies and perch are good sized. We're gonna see fish in that 11 to 13 inch range. Potential for bigger, but most of those fish are gonna be right around that length. But what we're really after and what we're really hoping for are giant bluegills. I know that if you're from the Midwest, giant bluegills are something that are almost a religion to a lot of people, and they're very rare, extremely cool fish, and a lot of people spend a lot of time either in the boat or on the ice, chasing down the giants. When I say a giant, I'm talking a bluegill 9.5, 10, 10.5, maybe plus. And the lake that we're going to is out in Idaho, where I live, and this lake is known for a small number of extremely giant bluegills. So not sure that it'll happen, but we're gonna certainly give it a go, and hopefully we can get a couple of those on camera for you, and obviously let those big ones go. So anyway, that's the plan. Gonna hit the gas station. Probably my favorite stop of going on a fishing trip is putting gas in the boat and truck, for obvious reasons. And once we get that done, grab some snacks, some food, probably hit the road, and should be there in an hour or so. So we'll get this truck and boat gassed up, hit the road, and see you at the lake. Alright, the gas station stop is complete. The truck and the boat are now full of gas. The good news is that gas is pretty cheap these days, so it's not too painful to fill them up and use that stuff. So I also went in, got some snacks, got my obligatory morning Red Bull. In my opinion, there's no other way to start a fishing trip without a Monster or Red Bull. I'm not really a coffee drinker. It'll probably kill me at some point in time, but hey, it starts the day off right. So got about an hour drive here. The good news is the backcountry in Idaho that we're driving through, some high desert, a few mountains in the distance, isn't the worst thing in the world to look at on the way to the lake. So anyway, stay along for the ride. We'll be to the lake shortly. Hopefully find some of these fish. This is not where we're fishing today, but I had to point it out because I think my buddy Josh from Pig Patrol would be awfully jealous of our spilling ways out here in Idaho. Lots of good fishing down there. Not so good for boating. All right, we just got here to the boat launch, and it appears that, like is oftentimes the case, the weatherman was a little bit off on his wind forecast, so might be a little bumpy out there. Not sure what to expect. The area I'd like to fish is right out in the open with a lot of wind, so see how it goes. But any time I can get out of the house and get out fishing is certainly better than a day at work. So we're gonna go give it a heck and see what happens here. Let's get this boat in the water and get out there after it. It's a quick little tip for you guys with nice boats. I know a lot of you guys already use this. A friend of mine turned it on to me, but these windshields you see in these boats are very expensive. And when you're going down gravel roads or any road debris, honest, there's enough rocks on interstates and highways and such, you could break those windows pretty easy. I've seen it happen to friends of mine quite a few times over the years. Luckily, I've never had it happen to me, but for insurance, I purchased one of these Tuxedo windshield covers. It just buckles on, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, probably less, and it's a good way to protect your investment on your expensive boat. So that's definitely something that if you got a new boat or even an old boat, windshields are expensive regardless, so definitely worth the investment there. So we're out on the lake now. These fish seem to be setting up in somewhat predictable wintertime patterns. The panfish have slowly pulled off of the shallow structure where you'd find them for most of the summer, and they're starting to stack up over deep basins. I know for a lot of you that's not anything unusual. It's a wintertime pattern. That's a great way to find mainly crappies and bluegills, but what's unique about this place is the perch tend to stack up with those. So when you find fish, it's just a smorgasbord. You don't know what you're going to catch, and you catch them, a perch followed by a crappie followed by a bluegill and so on and so forth. So kind of a cool thing, and we're going to be using our electronics, mainly side imaging, to hunt down these schools of roaming panfish that are suspended over very, very deep water. We're going to be fishing over from 40 to 70 feet deep, and the fish will be suspended somewhere in that water column. From day to day, they can be high, as high as 10 feet below the surface, all the way down to 40, 50 feet. So the key is using your electronics, know how to read them, and use that tool that we all have on our boats to help you find these fish. This is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm targeting these panfish over deep water. Massive schools, and like I said, using your electronics is critical to finding and staying on top of these fish. Relatively easy to locate once you get your electronics dialed in. I know a lot of guys that have fancy electronics and have never bothered to learn how to use them. So get familiar with your equipment your electronics, and it's really going to help you put more fish in the boat. Oh, 3 times in a row. Can't win. Got him that time. Another white crappie. That's a decent fish. Decent fish. Right, a good 11.5, 12 incher there. Pretty fish. Alright. The goal is to see this jig going down. That makes it 10 times easier. Ten times easier. There, I got him that time. Feels like another crappie. Yep. Not a big one, but fun nonetheless. Chew you back down, bud. There goes the jig down on the screen. Just what we want to see. And we're to the fish. There we go. Fish on. This one feels tiny. He's not real big. Later. Got that one. What do we got here? Just another crappie. Decent one at that. Nice fish. There we go. Get it back down there. This is the kind of stuff you want to see on your ice fishing flasher in a month or so. Christmas tree effect, I like to call it. That didn't take very long, fish on. Sure like to find something other than a darn crappie, but I feel like that's what we're on. Crappie. Alright. Not working. Out fishing. Come on. Got him. Fish on. And what we got here? Nice crappie. There you go. Fix the jig. Get her back down. Come on. Oof, he had it. There, I got him. Fish on. Definitely feels like a crappie. And that would be what it is. Bye-bye. It's always less fun when the wind's blowing in your face too. Oh, you had it on the drop. Oh, swing and a miss. Better check my plastic after that one. Yeah, it depantsed me. Come on. There, I got him. I don't know what we got here. It doesn't feel crappie like. That's a nice perch. Decent little perch. Obviously, these aren't the perch that Idaho is famous for, but they all taste the same. If you're looking for a fish taco. I got him that time. Fish on. Feels like another crappie. And a pretty decent one at that. Plastic's getting about shot. Got him that time. Oh, and he popped. That was a nicer fish, it felt like anyway. It's hard to know. And he got my plastic. That happens. Alright. Boy, that one hit it on a drop before I even got down. Alright. Oh, that time I got him. I just want a bluegill. Or a nice crappie. You know, if I was 10 years younger, it'd be really hard for me to let those fish go. Like anybody else, I like to eat fish, but the older I get, it's a lot easier just to get home, put the boat away, and go about the rest of my day. Nothing against keeping fish, but it is sure fun just to come out and pitch them back. I got him that time. Fish on again. Definitely another crappie. Black crappie this time. Later, bud. Sometimes I feel like when I'm in the fish and they don't eat, reel it up and a fresh drop sometimes helps kind of trigger a reaction rather than just jigging it in their faces. So we'll try to drop down again. Seems like most of my bites are coming on the initial drop anyway. All right. Like that, fish on. Not big. It's a little guy. There he goes. It's deep water, but these fish aren't coming out of deep water. Most of the fish I'm catching are 15 to 20 feet down. Not terrible. I wouldn't sit here and catch and release on them if they were much deeper than that. Fish on again. What do we got here? Feistier crappie. Nice fish. Nice fish. And there he goes. Clear water, you can see him go down quite a ways. Got him that time. Fish on. Another crappie for sure, I think. Or maybe a perch. No, just a nice crappie. Long, skinny one. The jig out of there. See you later. Got him that time. Fish on. And this is a nice crappie. Very nice. Got him that time. Fish on. That coyote's howling over there. Little black crappie. These are fish that I just happened to notice on my side image when I was bass fishing last weekend in a tournament. And as badly as I wanted to drop down and see what they are, they were obviously not bass, so it was a no-go. But I'm kind of glad I made the run to this spot. There we go, fish on. What a nice crappie. Oh, he's not that nice. He's alright. Fish on. Feels not crappie like, but I'm guessing it's crappie. Nope, that's a nice perch. That's your fat 12-inch football variety right there. That, a mess of those would be a pretty good day. Pretty one. Good colors, nice and fat. That was a nice perch. Kasploosh. Fish on. And that's a little nicer crappie for a black one. Fish on. That's a nice crappie. Take him any day. Fish on. There he goes. And so did my fish. See them in the back of the boat here? Oh yeah, they're thick in the back of the boat. See if we can wrangle one up from back here. Got him back here. Fish on. Little bitty guy. There's a couple more fish and I'm about ready to go home. Warm up in the truck, put the heated seats on. Got him. Fish on. This one's got some shoulders to it. That's a really nice crappie. Maybe a 13-incher. Real nice. Later. Got him that time. What do we got here? Oh yeah, that's what we're after. The big boy bluegills. I'm gonna throw a couple of these in a live well and show them off here before I go home. That's what we're after right there. Fish on. Another nice fish. I wonder if this isn't another big bluegill. Can't tell yet. Heavier fish for sure. It is another big bluegill. Holy moly. Just some tankers down there. Nice fish. There he goes, back down. Fish on. Heavy fish again. Feels like another bluegill. Or a perch maybe. It's a bigger fish. Tanker bluegill. Holy smokies. Just giants. Fish on. Heavier fish again. Nice one, but not as nice as the other ones. There he goes. Fish on. Little, whatever it is. Perch. Little perch. There he goes. That's not what we're after. See if there's any behind the boat here. Got him. Fish on. Feels kind of perchy. It's a bluegill, but not the variety I'm after. Later, bud. Got that one. Maybe a decent one. Unless it's a perch. Oh my gosh, what a tank. Look at that thing. What a tanker. Fish on. Digging. Digging for a panfish. This is about as good as it gets right here. Slavo bluegills.